Hi, welcome back. My name is Mishka, and in today's final video, I'm going to be showing you the basics of showing a dairy goat. This is my goat Montana, and she's going to be helping us demonstrate how to show a dairy goat. So first thing you want to know when showing a dairy goat is how to walk them. So basically you need to know how to hold the chain. So the chain's going to be right behind their ears so that you don't strangle them. If you have it down here and they're pulling them, you can strangle them. So you want it right behind here. Okay. Another thing you want to know is where you want to be when walking them. So when walking them, you want to be right at the side of them, not like too far in front or way far in back. So be right next to them when showing them. Okay, so after you stop them, I'm going to show you how to set them up. So the one thing you want to be careful of is where their feet are. As you see, hers are fine, a little bit almost. Gonna move them. There. Alright, so that's basically what you do. So she is a yearling, so she doesn't have an udder to set it up differently. So with yearlings, you just want to make sure their feet are not out too far, like you're gonna, like not out there. So you want it about right there. Another thing with goats that you do not do is you do not brace them like you'd see with sheep and goats. So you do not go up here and try to brace them, because that won't turn out very well. Oh yeah. Okay, so another thing you want to know is how to turn your goat around. So when turning your goat around, you simply walk forward, step outwards, and then bring her toward you so she can walk forward. And when you're doing that, you will switch your hand. So you step outwards, you're switching your hand right there, and turn around. Another thing you really want to be worried about is where the judge is. So the judge will typically be on the side you're not on. So if the judge moves and goes around you, you will move with it. So if the judge is right behind your goat, you kind of want to be right in front of your goat, not off into any sides. And you'll switch sides. Like so. Alright, so this is my goat Diamond, and she is a milking goat. So I'm going to be showing you how to show a goat that A, doesn't like their legs being touched, and that is the milking goat. So since she doesn't like her legs being touched, I necessarily won't be using her for a showmanship until that gets better. With goats that don't like their legs being touched, it takes a lot of work to get them where they like their legs being touched. So when you're showing them, most of the time you'll just see if you can get them to land their feet in a better position, like that. So you just walk them a little bit forward. And you basically get it the best you can. Because if you try touching it, they'll move outwards and things like that. So with goats that are milking goats, what you want is you want to see a little bit of their udder, but what you don't want to see is you don't want to see their udder plus the teat. So you want it basically where the teat. Okay, babe. So right there, that's over, her leg's overextending. So right, you want her leg to come in further. Basically where her leg will plant about right there. So let's see if we can get her to do that. Right there. So not overextending, you can't see the teat, and you can see the udder. Now obviously since she does have fur right here, you won't be able to see it as good right now, but when they're shown, they get shaved down to where you're able to see the little details. Now, normally in showmanship, you'll get asked questions, and a question that you can get asked is where something is. So for example, you might get asked where are the withers. So the withers are the highest point of the shoulder, so hers would be right here. And another one might be the cannon bones. The cannon bone is on her foot, so it's right here. Of course, there are other questions the judges can ask you, but normally for it, most of the time you get asked where something is located on a goat. So this is Josie, and she's going to be helping me demonstrate a goat that allows you to move her feet. So right now, as you see, her back foot is too far forward a little bit. We're just going to move that a little bit forward, like so. Now normally Josie has a full udder, but since she's milked out today, she's not going to have any udder. Well, she'll have an udder, but it's just not going to be filled. So as you see, the front feet are perfectly lined up right now, so they don't need any moving at all. Because if you move them, those feet apart. So you want them about that far apart. And you want their heads up and not like slouched down when you're showing them. So right there. Okay. Now I get her to walk forward a bit.
So when walking a dairy goat, the one thing you want to make sure is that you don't go too fast or too slow. And if your dairy goat throws a little attitude like she did right there, you're just going to stay calm and get them to move forward and then just keep walking. They will tend to throw a little attitude whether they stop or move their head around. They'll tend to do that. But as long as you stay calm and just keep going, you should be fine.
Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed my Dairy Goat Awareness series and learned a bit about dairy goats, as well as why they're fun to own and show.